I want to be an entrepreneur, but I'm scared. How can I overcome my fear to start my own company? Hi, my friend. This is Vivian from YIPPEE. I've been an entrepreneur for more than 10 years, and I'm also a business consultant, helping people to build successful business while finding their inner peace and happiness. In this channel, I'm going to share with you all my practical tips to solve your daily business problems as well as ways to cope with your stress. My mission is to help you to become a successful entrepreneur. If you want to be successful, please subscribe my channel. How not to be scared? By doing your homework. If you go into an exam without studying, you must be very nervous and scared, right? So same for being an entrepreneur. If you want to be successful, first you need to be prepared. If you are scared to make your first step, you need to find out why are you scared. To overcome your fear, you need to go to the root. What really makes you scared? Everyone has a different reason. Only when you know your reason, you can find ways to tackle it and manage the fear. Here I'm going to talk about 3 most common fears that we all will face when we try to make a first step. Fear number 1, losing a stable income. This probably is one of the most common fears for most people. Losing a stable income indeed can be quite scary. So what you can do is to save up some capital that is enough to support you for some time, and then you set a deadline for yourself and your business. If your business is not able to generate enough income to support your daily living after this deadline, you should consider go find a job. Having this mindset is very important. It doesn't mean you will give up easily, but to ensure you will try your best during the time period you set for yourself, and knowing that you will be fine even though your business is not able to generate the income, because you just go and find a job. And you will have a peace of mind on your head because you know what's going to happen if things doesn't turn out the way you want it to be. To me, there are many pros to be an entrepreneur, while there is only one pro to work for someone else. That is having a stable income. However, if having a stable income is very important to you and you don't want to live without it, then I suggest you better not to start your own company, because you won't be able to live in peace. And when you don't have this peace of mind, it's going to be much more difficult for you to succeed. Entrepreneur is an exciting journey, it's an exciting career, but it really is not for everyone. And that's okay. Fear number 2, fear of failure. This is actually an irrational belief that stops people from trying to take risks because they worry something bad might happen. To be honest, 99% of what you worry don't happen. So stop focus on the 1% and give up the 99% chance of an exciting journey. You will never know until you try. Even though things might not happen the way you want it to be, you will always learn something. You will find your new strategy to continue your journey. Plan A doesn't work. There is plan B or plan C. My personal experience is I always realize what I first wanted that didn't happen, it really wasn't for me. Instead, the new situation is way better and I'm always grateful for it. So, you will never fail. Failure only happens when you decide to give up and stop trying. Fear number 3, fear of uncertainties. I believe this is one of the most difficult and challenging situations for most entrepreneurs, including myself. We human beings like to know what to expect, what's going to happen. When we don't know what's going to happen, we feel nervous, we feel scared. I always like to compare entrepreneurial journey with playing video games. When we play video games, even though we don't know what's going to happen, we want to go to the next level, right? And we are on the current level. We try our best, keep trying, defeat all the enemies so we can go to the next level. and we will deal with the challenge on the next level when it comes, right? Same as entrepreneurial journey. You just focus things in front of you and tackle it step by step. Break down your big goal into small stages and just focus on the first stage. Other stage, you should think about it later. In simple words, just don't think too much. Because as long as you keep trying and you stay in the entrepreneurial game, you will eventually know what to do and you will be able to get to the next level. So just don't think too much. After you know what makes you worried, what makes you scared, and you have find ways to tackle it and manage your fear, then you should move on to develop your feasible business plan. How are you going to make money? What are your costs? And one of the most important questions I always ask my client is, why you think your client will buy from you? All these are very important topics you need to cover, and you need to know them inside out before you start your first step, so you will increase your chance to succeed. I will make separate videos on this topic later on. When you have done your homework, you will be more confident and you will have a higher chance to succeed. Then you'll be less scared. Remember, always study before you go to an exam. Same for being an entrepreneur. Last but not least, it's totally okay to be afraid, to be scared. Don't pretend you're not, because to be able to overcome your fear, first is to accept and acknowledge it. Then you can find ways to conquer it. If you enjoy my videos, please like my videos and subscribe my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.